Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. So, thank you for being so patient with me during all this, I should say death in the family stuff. I don't know what else to call it. Love you guys a lot. Anyway, we're going to talk to Buck today. I know I don't have to give you any speeches. You've done this enough. Just don't forget it's not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can. He's okay. See why they're presenting themselves this way. Okay, so Buck is stepping forward. I don't know if there's a significance to the way that they're showing this. Okay, so Buck is kind of down here, and Brandon is kind of up here, and Brandon has his right arm on Buck's left shoulder, standing behind him. Whether there's a significance to, instead of them showing like side by side, Brandon's like a little higher up. May not mean shit. I don't know. But I always put it out there the way they show it. Now they turn sideways and they're walking that way. Where Brandon's up higher, but he's still got that right arm on his left shoulder. They turned around. Now they turn around to see their backs. I don't know what this means. It's more with Brandon being higher, I think, than them doing the whole thing. It's anyway. Now I'm hearing the song "Follow Me" by Uncle Kracker. Turn around here, guys. Buck is saying you were a blessing to him. You just don't know it. I really did care. Now I'm getting the strong smell of smoke. It doesn't smell like left-handed cigarette. It doesn't smell like a cigarette. It doesn't. It's more like more like a pipe tobacco or a cigar, or I don't even think it would be like a Swisher Sweet. I know guys smoked those a lot back then, but it's a heavier, a stronger, a thicker type of smoke. So know when you smell that, they love the smells. They usually always come through with some kind of smell. You know the routine. When you smell it, you know that that's him. So it's not a campfire smoke. I don't know. I want to say pipe smoke, but I can't. I can't imagine him smoking a pipe. But I'm not supposed to do that. Whatever they give me, I need to give you. So make sure you validate him. Thank him for it. He says, I do not blame you for anything. I was the runaround. I think he's talking about messing around a little more than he should. That's not on you. I shouldn't have put you through the things that I did. And I am sorry. Now I see that little grandma standing off. She always shows up. I was going to say she's just making her presence known, but she's getting closer. So now I got 3 of them. So they're all hanging close together. Like the other day when I did a reading, there was I don't remember who it was, which doesn't matter. They were kind of like waving at each other. They weren't like hanging real close together, but they would see each other. So it was, these 3 are hanging close together. Resolving their issues. I've been taught we come down here to learn lessons, but even when we go back up there, we still have lessons to learn to further evolve our soul, to further, I'm not exactly sure what the hell the deal is, but it raises our vibration when we learn these lessons and learn, our soul learns, our spirit learns how to deal with them. Oh, good grief, I'm muttering. I always mutter when I'm doing these anymore. So Buck is holding one single flower that looks like a daisy. And he's smelling it. So I don't know if you've recently maybe taken a flower that looks like a daisy to him, or he could just be signifying that he got a flower. He's smelling it. Maybe you were recently doing something with flowers and he popped into your head. I hate it when they're vague. Want more details? Okay, so all 3 of them came over here real close to me, and Buck actually put his left hand, he's over here. This is my right side. He put it on top of my shoulder. He said, make me cry. They're all here for me. Because I have a big heart. And I've done so much for his family. So they stepped in to give me a little support. That's pretty awesome. Sometimes I get yelled at by him on the other side, like, clean your desk up, Rhonda, you're a mess. Now he's showing a picture album. He's showing you sitting down and you have a picture album open in front of you. So recently, have you gone through some pictures and you happen to come across some of Buck? He's acknowledging that he was there at that time. He saw it. He's showing me that you actually had a tear. And even if you didn't have real tears, that you were maybe close, or maybe you were very sad, but he's showing like a tear dropping down from you when you look down at the picture album and you come to his page. I wish that I could take back what I did. The only thing I can do now is to try to make it right. I put a deep hurt inside of you, and it's like he's trying to almost grab it out of the inside of your body and take it out, take it, like he's trying to reach inside your body and take it. He put this hurt inside of you, and he's trying to do things to help make it better, to help take that away from you. And then he's going like this. He goes, I can't. He said, I'm trying, but I can't, because you're holding on to it too tight. Think of me with happy thoughts. Think of me with good thoughts. That will help. Now he's showing a bonfire, you, him, other people, Okay, now he's confusing the hell out of me. Sitting at this bonfire, you're there. There's other people around. It's really, really dark. Duh, it's a bonfire. But it looks like he's holding up like a photograph, or it's like, oh, like like he's holding up what looks like an 8 by 10 picture. But he's at the bonfire, so I don't. Hopefully you know what he's talking about. Was way back in the day, did you go to a bonfire that I almost feel like it's I can't see what's in the picture. Did you way back in the day go to a bonfire, maybe with a bunch of family or something, and what's the word I want to use? In memory of somebody that had already passed. Maybe after a funeral or before a funeral or something. I feel like it's about this bonfire is about somebody that passed. Anyway, I don't want to keep dragging on the bonfire. Oh, I feel like this is like a memory. Okay, he does come and sit in your house, and there's that really strong, heavy smell of smoke again. So you should be smelling that in your house. And I think Brandon has a different smell. So when you smell that, and you know it can be outside or in your car in Walmart or something. But yeah, once you get the hang of it, you'll know which smell it is. But he's showing sitting in your house, and then there's a big heavy cloud of smoke. Okay, so he says when you leave, and he says not anytime soon, and then he takes his arm and goes like stretches it way out like on a timeline. You got a long ways to put up with all this, put up with all of us here. He said not anytime soon. He said the three of us will be there. And then he's showing a whole bunch of other heads. And when they do that, it's because not all of these people are really significant to, but he's specifically showing me a man and a lady believe that they're they're both gone, an aunt and an uncle. I'm assuming your aunt and uncle could be his aunt and uncle, but they were married. Maybe they weren't married at the time they left, but they were married, and they're standing together. They're the only ones I could see in the sea of. Really can't see the man, and I can barely see the woman. But they are more like people. The others are silhouettes. He says you will be surprised. And everything is better than because nobody holds a grudge. All that crap stays here. There's no hate, there's no grudges, there's nothing but love and wanting to further what? Further evolving your soul, further see, and they're not usually he's stopping. He's stopping, he's not telling me. Because there's only so far that they'll let us go. There's only so much they will let us see. They'll only let us see a certain level. Once in a while I can get up there with the archangels and stuff. But not usually. It's not for us to know now, which kind of stinks. He says my vibration's too low, that I will get to see it later. So I don't know if all that made any sense. all I'm seeing is the lady's hair, and it's lighter, and it's kind of out here, and it's kind of maybe wavy, or almost like it's curled up at the bottom or something, but maybe this long somewhere in here. That's all that she's actually letting me see of her, so I don't know if that gives you any kind of clue. You are not to blame. You are not to blame. You reacted in the only way you knew how. And he says once they get up there, things look totally different in a totally different light, and you understand the reason things happen. Like, even down here, if you look back, like when you were little, and you go, oh my God, that was a terrible thing. But now you can see the way things developed and how it went and took you to the next phase that you needed to go. He says there's certain steps to get you to a certain place. Oh, that's sounding so wishy-washy. So he's showing himself that he actually hugs his other son. He actually goes up and gives him, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, actually goes up and gives him a big bear hug every so often. He should feel that, but he's probably going to block that out. He's probably not going to believe this, because he's kind of standing there like this, like a statue. And Buck goes up and just gives him a big bear hug from the front every so often. He should be able to feel that, because Buck's doing it very, very strong. And I think he's got the hang of it. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing to Chelsea. He goes up and he puts his hand on top of her head and kind of pushes down on her head. And then he puts a hat on her head. No freaking clue. Does she have a hat of his? Okay, so he's showing it this way anyway. He's saying that you've seen him for a split second, and the way he's showing it is like you're sitting there and you jerk your head and you look, and like for a split second you saw like the upper part of him maybe. He said one time. One time. So if you haven't, you're going to one time. It almost looks like one of those busts in the museum, is what he's showing it looking like. He doesn't feel like he needs to bother you. He wants you to forgive him, not only for his soul, but for the sake of yourself. He says it will lighten you. He says you need to learn that once they get to be a certain age, you need to sit back and allow them to make their own mistakes and allow them to fall on their own face. But be there to pick them up when they need it. He said they have things they need to learn just like we do. He's showing that sometimes you need to just take a step back and observe. And then he's showing that he will catch them when they start to fall. Like they're actually falling, if they're falling backwards, yeah, he's actually going to be there to catch them. He says, let them do their own thinking. They need to figure some of that out. Sometimes we do too much. And now he's talking about you getting in your car and going for a drive. Just going for a drive. I don't see that you're going to a destination. Just going for a drive, cranking the radio up, thinking, crying. So I don't know if he's saying that this is something that you recently done and he knows it, or if this is something you need to get in your car and do. He either was or he's going to be in the passenger seat. He's got that heavy smoke again, so I think you're going to smell that in your car. he, he's, he, he has a really strong heavy smoke, and then he's showing you getting out and going and looking under the hood like you think there's something wrong with your car because you're smelling something funny. So I don't know if that's something you did, or he's saying, or he's telling you don't worry about it, it's not your car. Oh, how I love you. We should have worked it out, but we both had other lessons to learn. We needed to do that separately. There was experiences that you would not have had that you needed to have. If you'd stayed together, you wouldn't have had some of the experiences that you've had. And I see this a lot. Prize winning, prize winning. And he's holding up a little ribbon. So, did one of the grandsons recently get a little blue ribbon or compete in the fair, or it's like a little fair ribbon that you get? Okay, so sometimes he pushes back your hair and you feel hot air, like his hot breath or something really, really close to your ear. It's okay. He said it's okay. So when you feel that the next time, you'll probably have tears, and he's saying, it's okay. It's okay. Let me guide you from here. I owe you. Now he's playing Darius Rucker, Only Want to Be With You. Oh my God. He says some of them other bitches were crazy. He said it in kind of a, some of them other bitches were crazy. Yeah, hope he doesn't say any names because I'm not going to say them. He says there's fun, wild, crazy, and that wasn't them. Keep pushing forward, keep pushing forward. He's got his hands right here on your back, pushing you forward, pushing you forward. Stop looking down, stop looking down. He's trying to push you forward like you're stuck, like your feet are like stuck in like heavy, mucky mire, and like quicksand, like stuck in concrete. You can't seem to move forward. He says, you got to, you got to. So he's trying to literally, so you'll probably feel his hands right up here, trying to gently, very gently push you forward. Asking, asking to help you. I can't stress this enough to people. You have to ask, and then you have to allow, because they cannot override your free will choice. If you choose to stay stuck there, or whatever the deal is with any person, whatever their deal is, if you choose to stay there, that's your free will choice, and they can't make you. They can bring you all kinds of stuff. And you go, no, I don't want to do it. I know I do that. He says no regrets, because it will all goes around, comes around. It will all come out in the end. And he says it will be good for you. It will not, not, not be good for you personally. Yes, it will, but I'm muttering again. There's not going to be any like bad karma coming around. That's not what he's saying. It will be okay. It will be good. Talk to him. Ask him to help you. Seriously, ask him to help you. And this whole time that he's talking, Brandon and Grandma are still hanging right there. They're really tight. And he put his hand back on my shoulder and he said, we're really tight for you too. Okay, I don't know what he's showing me. I don't know if it's a river, creek. There's a lot of trees, can't really see through it. I can just see some water through it. But it's like there's a sandy spot, like maybe even just a playground, like maybe just a sand pile for kids to play in, but it's not like next to the water. It's not next to the water like a beach. Okay, I'm not saying that this is Warnock. I'm just saying that it is something like that, where the kids' playground is up away from the water, but he's looking through trees at the water. I can't see it well enough to know if I know this location, and I don't want to put that, really don't want to put that out. It's just similar. I'm not going to say that it is, because I know too many things. But and it's like he's standing back here, and then there's this sand, like a sandbox, and then he's looking through the trees at the water. Don't know what he's signifying with this. Now I'm starting to get a high-pitched ringing in my left ear. And it's not real high, it's not shrieking, it's not really loud. It just started growing. It's still ringing just a little bit. So you should get that too from him. He says, I do love you, and he stomped his foot like he really, really, really means it. He stomped his foot very hard. Oh, he's telling me that you understand why I haven't been working so much lately. Let me be your savior. Let me be your warrior. Let me help. Let me hold you up when you think you're going to fall. I'm not your enemy. We created these together. We will fix these together. They're our DNA. And it goes like this. Oh, Lord. But he's saying it. He's laughing when he's saying it. It's not like he's really flipping out over it. Allow me to help you together, like we should have. He wants to be your support. He says he cannot count all the ways that he loves you. You're not alone. You just think you are. He says, let's talk by the river. So I don't know if you plan on going fishing or something. You plan on coming down to the river down here. I don't know why he said, let's talk by the river. I keep wanting to say the Delaware River. Do you guys go fishing at the Delaware? Okay. He says he's taken up enough of my time. He says he just strongly, strongly, strongly wants to adamantly let you know that he's there for you, not against you, for you. My ear's starting to shriek again. It's starting to grow. And it's my left ear, but it may not make any difference. Let me help you. I'm begging you. Let me help you. Keep saying, let me help you, let me help you. He says he doesn't want to leave talking right now because he doesn't think that you're going to believe that he really wants to help. You're more afraid of the repercussions from him, or that's the word he used. He says, no. So you're going to have to openly trust him. There's no animosity. There's no I want to get even with you. There's absolutely, totally do not feel anything like that. He's totally, totally, openly wanting to help you. But you're going to have to openly let him in. That's where part of your free will choice comes in. You can go, nope, I'm going to block you out. Nope. or I'm not going to trust you, or, and once again he says, I'm sorry. I love you. And with that, they all three turn around and walk away. Brandon says, bye, Mom. Bye, Mom. Bye, Mom. Granny, just wait a little bit. They didn't feel like it was their time to say something. They felt like Buck needed to say what he needed to say. They know best. I let them run the show. They know best. Okay, they're walking away. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being so patient lately with me. All my peeps. Most of them been pretty patient. So I gotta get some work done. I still have more crap to do with my other stuff, but gotta get my work done. Get back in the groove. I love my job. I can't even call it a job. I love my job. Love you guys more than you know. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones, and an adult today. That's the way I feel. Love you. See you later.